Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Coloradoreinsman. Here I am out here at Mustang River Ranch on this beautiful end of December. Nice and crisp today. As you see, I am here with Miss Isabella. This is about my, I'd say about my 5th time working with her, and she is, in case you see this video out of order, this is an Andalusian mare that I pulled off a kill by her up in Washington. She went through an auction up there, and I saw her and decided that she just couldn't go and be slaughtered. So I picked her up, got her down here after a month of quarantine, and she has just turned out to be an absolutely wonderful horse. As you see, she's a nice big tall horse, 16'2", 16'1", 16'2". Very sweet personality. She hasn't had a lot going on with her in her life. I think the word was from a previous owner up there in Washington. They just threw somebody on her one day, and of course she bucked. So I am going about things a little differently with her right now. I am working on really getting this horse's mentality, just kind of really grabbing her and hooking her on to me. So I will put some pressure on her. She was a little pushy with everybody that was handling her in transport here and in quarantine, but I think it's mostly she's just looking for that calm, assertive leader and somebody who really wants to get along with her, and that's certainly me. So I have a string around her neck. Now what I'm going to do is just briefly run her through a little bit of round pen. I think I will get my chiropractor out here soon. She's not being able to keep her lead in the hind end all the time, so she's building up that strength. I don't think she's ever cantered on a circle, so that can be a problem. But I'm going to ask her to just move around a little bit. Now you're only going to be able to catch about half this round pen since I've got the camera fixed with no helper right now. But you'll get to see her come around, and then I'll try to work her in this area a little bit for you. So I'm going to ask her to move off. I'm going to move back in position here. Ask her to move to my left. I'm going to push her at that hip right there to send her out to the rail. Now granted, you won't be able to see some of this. And if you see, she's got a beautiful floaty trot, and she can really extend out. All I want to do right now is just get her feet moving and get her to pay a little bit more attention to me. She's a little spunky. See right there, she picked up the wrong lead in the rear end. So I'll bring her down. I'm going to push the shoulder, and that time she picked up the correct lead. And I'm going to back off right there. In fact, I'm going to back off all the way. I'm just going to take that pressure off. Every time she corrects and gets that lead right, I'm going to take the pressure off for a little bit. I don't need her to canter around this round pen 20 times. I need her to canter 3 or 4 panels correctly. So now I'm going to come in and reward her. Now I've been working this left side, so I want to rub this left side. She's a good girl. Says, I'm starting to understand this stuff. Oh. Now I'll take a little time to reward this horse. Don't want to rush this part. Let's just see if I can get her to drop her head a little bit. Good girl. Now that was beautiful. Now I'm going to help her here. I'm going to change sides. Push her eye right there and ask her to move off to my right. Now, when I teach, I have people in with 2 sticks. Now, she just tried to change directions there, and I had to push her off. You get to see her come here. Now, I'm going to push this shoulder, get her out there on the rail a little bit. Now, she picked up the correct lead, and I'll let her come down. Let her trot. Yep. Now she just changed direction, so I'm going to close that door. Boy, she has a ground covering trot, I'll tell you. Now, she switched in the correct lead. Good girl. Now I'm walking a small circle. I'm trying to stay in frame for you. There, she picked up the correct lead again. Good girl. So she gave me a lot of nice stuff right there. Now I'm in a rubber. I'm just going to walk off for a second. And she's following me. Or even thinking about it. I'm going to reward that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now I'm going to do a little halter work for a minute and get control of her feet. I'm not going to spend a lot of time today. I don't want to get her all sweaty. It is a little chilly. Now, dropping of that head is part of this. Good girl. And I'll get that refined more and more as I go. I'm not really worried about it that much right this second. Now, I'm using a real fancy, happens to be a Target bag today. It's not actually very big, but all I want to do, I don't want to have to touch her with my stick. I just want to create a little energy if I need to. It's a very, very sensitive horse. So I've worked on just teaching her a back up. And she's already learning to back up. So I'm going to raise my energy here and ask her to move back. And put a little energy down that lead rope. Ask her to now put a little energy this way and ask this foot. Now put a little energy right there and ask that foot. Very good. And then I'm going to come in here and reward her. Just little simple tasks. So now I'm riding this horse from the ground, getting her forward motion. Now she chose to trot right now. I don't want to pull on this horse. I don't want to get in her way. If she's offering me forward, I absolutely want forward out of her. And she's just moving nicely. Moving nicely. Now let's see if I can get her to walk. Now, that is huge, because the first couple of times I've worked with her, when I slowed her down, all she wanted to do is face me or stop. So now she got a transition. So repetition. I keep working and being soft and repeat, I get the transition. And all I'm working on right now is getting her forward motion. So she's exceeding my expectations. So I'm going to stand up a little taller here, and she feels that energy, and then I'm going to ask her to trot. Give her one kiss. I didn't even have to give her a kiss. She felt that energy. Now I'm going to walk. Oh, baby. All I did was bring my energy down. What a beautiful thing right there. Soft. And this horse is sensitive. She's got a lot of energy. Now I'm going to disengage her to a backup. Now I'm going to move her shoulders. So I'm starting off with the very basics. I'm going to change my tool right here. I'm going to slide my hand down, pick it up between her eye and mine, and lift and push at that rear end right there. And got a nice back, nice disengagement. Stand up tall and ask her to back up. Very good. Very good. Now I've got to get her in frame here. Good girl. And I'm going to let her think about that for a minute. Just let her contemplate life and how much better it is here than on a kill lot up in Washington. Just really want to reward this horse a lot. Now you look at her, she just starts to drop her head in, softens out. What a sweetheart. Now, I'm going to help her out. I'm going to divide her right down the middle. I'm going to take one step to my left and present myself to her right side. Now see how she likes to turn that left eye into me. So I'm going to hold that head just a little bit and get over here. Now I've got the right eye. Now I'm going to ask her to back straight up. See, she's a little hesitant. And see, she likes to present that left side. So I'm going to close that door and back her up. There we go. Now, I didn't ask you to go yet. I'm going to back her straight up. There we go. Now I'm going to direct her. Direct her. Push that shoulder over. Beautiful. I just pushed my energy at her shoulder and she moved off. Now she's offering me forward, which is a beautiful thing. Now my position here, I want to be lined up with her hip. If you get in front of her, she's going to stop and go the other way every time. Don't get in front of that shoulder. So I've got this nice little V or triangle from my body to her hip to that halter. If this rope is angled in front of her shoulder, then you're way up in front, and that horse really have to work hard to go forward. This hip, just asking this mare to easily move forward. Now I want to see if I can transition. Well, that was pretty easy. Just a soft transition down and a little picking back up. And I want to just see if that was a fluke. Well, I don't think it was a fluke. Ask her to go, so I increased my energy down or decreased my energy to ask her to walk. Now I'm going to do some quick changes. I'm going to ask her to move her hip. So I'm going to change my hand on this rope. Slipping on my gloves. So I've got my stick in my right hand now, and I'm going to step under and across this rope. Disengage her really quick and push and change directions. Now you can do this with a stick and string, you can do it with a million other things. There's 100 different ways to do it. You've seen a lot of big clinicians do things like this, you know, and I can just tell you everybody got something from somebody somewhere, but things work. So I'm going to change my tool again. Come up and grab my stick, pick up my rope, step under across my left foot and push at that hip. Face her, back her up, close that door, direct with my hand, and have her change directions. I'll see if I can get that just where you can see it. So I'm going to change my tool, and right here I'm going to step towards that butt, face her, back her up, and move that shoulder. Very easy, very simple. And I am separating that front end from that back end. I'm controlling the rear end, shifting her weight, and controlling the front end. Now look at her right now. She's not excited. She's licking and chewing. She's saying, I've got you, man. I understand what you're doing. So I'm going to one more time. I'm going to change my tools. So now I'm going to kind of hold grip my stick, pick up my rope. Now I let go, and see I've got my stick, so I can push it towards her hip. Now I'm going to take my left foot, step under, push at that hip, bring it under, put my energy direct. See, she's starting to get it now, so it's much easier. So I'm going to step and direct and move that shoulder. Let's put some speed to it. I'm going to step, direct, and move that shoulder. That's a good girl. And she's running around like a wild horse. But she can do it at the canter also. Step, direct. Step, direct. I'm going to look where I want her to go. I'm going to close that door. Good girl. Just slow her down altogether. Back her up right there. 1, 2. Now let's back up straight. Back up. I'm going to ask her to back straight up. Quit pushing that face toward her. Now she's still kind of wanting to present that left side. So I'm going to close the door. Close the door. 1, 2. That's better. And then I drop that energy really quickly. Good girl. Now, I was working that other side, so real quick, I want to pet this side. So now I have controlled her back up, her shoulders, her hips, her forward motion, her speed, her gait, and her transitions, all in just a couple exercises. So with a horse that's real sensitive, see, she's not excited, we've got some good work done, we've got a little free forward motion in the round pen. Now I've worked with her twice before on a leg yield on the halter from the ground. First time, actually I think it's 3 times now. And the first time she was, oh, what are you doing? You're trying to kill me. Second time was a little better. Third time, I asked it both ways and she gave it to me both ways without getting all excited. So take your time and succeed. Take your time and get it done. Hurry up and fail. If you force it, I get 1 step, I'm going to take the pressure off of her when I'm starting. Now I can get a couple steps, so I'm going to send her over to the railing. So the first thing I'm going to do is back her up. And then I'm going to move the shoulder. I'm going to try to get you in frame. Now I've set her up, and I'm going to push her. And I'm looking for these legs to cross. 1, 2. Set her up with her nose to the rail. Push her eye right here. Get her front end there. Raise my energy. Let's see if I can get her. Just stepping sideways. There we go. That's all I need. Good girl. So that's a basic leg yield away from me. Ask her to move around. I'm going to set her up, nose to the rail. See, I'm not going to let her push through there. I'm going to be right here at this shoulder. I'm going to raise my energy, push her. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, I like that. Good girl. Good girl. I got it each way, I can stop. when I get it that nice each way, don't push it till you get it wrong. Do it when you get it right, quit. Move on to something else. Another thing I'm working on is getting this rear end a little bit more balanced and strong. So I work on some rear end disengagements. So I'm just going to hold her up short here. Get in my position. Ask her to move forward. And disengage that hind end up underneath her. And that's so nice right there. I'm going to lower my energy and stop. And I'm going to pet her right there. I can't ask for better than that. Nice controlled rear end disengagement. That leg's crossing up underneath her. Forward motion with the front end. I don't want to spin this foot. You'll see a lot of people teach you to spin that foot. I can stop that leg anytime with my rein. I want forward motion. Pet her right here. That's for forward motion. See, she's wanting to back up and spin. This right side's not quite as relaxed. And that's beautiful. Now that time she brought her head through, so I'm even happy. So that's a few exercises with the halter, and I can quit. So next I'm going to do a little at liberty work, and we'll just see where she's come in 4 or 5 times working with her, so stay tuned. Alright, so I've run through some groundwork with her, halter work. Now what I'm going to do is a little bit of at liberty work. I've really been working on getting this horse hooked on to me, because I really want this horse to be my, I want to be her person for right now. So I just put a string around her neck. It's going to help me. I can get her to really hook on to me quite a bit. I can be in touch with her with my hand. I've got the string there if I need to reinforce. I can use my stick if I need to. So what I'm asking this horse to do, I'm going to ask her to walk off with me. Now, having worked with a horse 4 or 5 times, this is a little bit above what we normally do. Now I'm going to increase my energy here with my stick. She's looking around. Got some folks here, so she's kind of paying attention. Now, if she pushes on me, I'm going to push that eye away. Now I'm going to look around this round pen and ask her to follow my lead. Now she pushed on me right there. Don't be afraid to force your space. Now I'm going to look across the arena. And I'm going to turn my body. Increase her energy. And I'm going to walk straight. Now I can put a little pressure with my hand here. I'm going to look left. I'm going to turn left. I'm going to look left. I'm going to turn my body left. Good girl. Now if I want to, I can push that shoulder around. Now if she tries to run off, I've got my string there. Now I'm going to ask her to move that shoulder again, and then I'm going to take that pressure off and ask her to walk. Now I'm going to ask her to hook on to me. I lost her right there. She's kind of looking around, so I'm going to come back, utilize my string. Try to keep her with me. Keep her up with me. Ask her to trot. Do not outrun me. her to go with me. She's going to lead me. And we'll get my strength. Ask her to walk with me. Ask her to make some real rudimentary turns. I'm going to look. I'm going to give her 3 seconds. I'm going to turn my body. Motivate that hip. Walk across the arena. Motivate that hip. Walk across. If she pushes on me, I'll straighten around. I'm going to look right. 3 steps. Turn my body. And walk across. I'm not putting any pressure on this rope, but it's there if I need it. Now, I'm going to step in. And I'm going to move that shoulder. And I'm going to change my tool. And I made a turn. Just start working. Looking where I want to go. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to turn in. Move that shoulder. Walk up. Now I'm going to ask her to come with me. Come with me. Move that shoulder. See if I can get her disengaged. Disengaged and move the shoulder. Good girl. Try and get her back without getting in the fight. You know where she's supposed to be. Good girl. See, she's learning. She doesn't get any pressure when she's over here by me. Let's just go for a walk. She got a little distracted when people are walking around. Let's just take her for a walk. Try not to squeeze her against that fence too much, because that'll make her want to run past me. Help her. I'll put my hand up here on her withers. Push her right there. Help her. So at this point in the game, she really likes it when I'm a little bit more hooked onto her with my hand on her withers. And she can really feel it. I'm going to ask her to move forward. Move forward. Got my string if I need it. I'm looking out where we're going. So I'm just kind of guiding her around with where I'm looking. I'm going to look to my left. And see, she's already feeling that. And then we're going to walk straight. Look to my left. I got 3 steps. I can already start to feel her give to me, so I'm going to go with that. I'm just going to rub her. Ask her to move forward. So, my hand on her withers. Now, I'm going to ask her to stop. Just lower that energy down. Sit on her back, just like I want to do with the saddle. Just say, yes, ma'am. I'd like to get a turn and change of direction here without any runaway. So let me just lower my stick, back up, lower my stick. See, she likes to keep that left side presented. So I'm going to help her here. I'm going to put a little pressure with my there. That string up here, so she does try. I can just put a little pressure on the string and see if I can keep her from running away. Now I'm looking where I want to go. I'm going to look right, and I'm going to turn right. I'm going to walk straight. I'm going to put a little pressure. Walk straight. I help her. I'm going to push her eye right here. I'm going to look right. I'm going to turn right. Look right, and I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to walk straight. Turn. Now I'm going to ask that rear end to stand still a little bit. Back her up a little bit. Yep. Back her up a little bit. Good girl. Back her up a little bit. Good girl. Don't go away. Now back her up a little bit. Good girl. We'll move that front end. We'll try not to lose her. Try not to lose her. Good girl. Good girl. Now I'm just going to walk off. Now that was pretty good stuff. Just letting her think now. I wanted her to just to contemplate that. I got everything I asked for. I kind of disconnected myself from her. Now I'm going to come in and connect myself again. Good girl. I ask her to back up right here. Just a little pressure on that string. 1, 2, 3. I ask her to move that shoulder. Okay, right there, she set herself up for a leg yield. Let's see if I can get it. Without her running off with me, because she can outrun me real easy. Oh, she got a step. Good girl. Let's see if I can move her around. Let's see if I can get it this way. Let's see if I can just get it with my right hand. A little pressure. Left hand. Just going to step over and run. Hey, that's pretty good. This horse could very easily just power through me. Good girl. I can help her here. Increase my energy. Stay in front of that shoulder. Don't want to lose her. 1, 2. Take the pressure off. Good girl. Good girl. Let's finish up. Let's just bring her here. Stop her. Good girl. Boy, I love to get some really neat stuff out of them. And she's just showing me she's really a thinker. She's really trying to help me. Trying to get along. I wonder if I can get her to step sideways here. Oh, beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady. You know what? That's where you stop. We have such a great little time like that. I don't care about the other side right now. That was a nice little step, young lady. It's going to be a wonderful horse, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and this is a perfect example out there of the majority of horses that go to slaughter are beautiful, wonderful horses like this. They are not old, broken down horses. Now, there's a lot of issues out there. I'm not going to be an advocate here, but I just want to say this horse and a whole bunch of my other horses are on their way to slaughter, but the world's a better place for them now. You know, I'm a much better person for them now. This mare right here is just going to be she's just going to be something, and you'll see her as she progresses along. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Davies here at Mustang River Ranch. We're back in business after the 2013 flood. So once again, stay tuned.